Hi everybody, we have another one of these evaluate without a calculator problems that has just enough structure to make life pretty easy. Notice that every factor is in this form of, k is some natural number, then you have to increment it by 3, take the product, put a 3 in there, sorry, that's a k plus 3 folks, and then you have plus 2, right? So clearly every one of these factors, this would be k equals 22, k plus 3. This would be k equals 10, k plus 3 right there. So everything is in this form for k, some sort of natural number. Here, of course, k would be 23. All right, so I won't belabor that too much, but that leads to a fairly useful simplification. Again, I'm just restating right here what I just told you guys, what I showed you guys. Notice that when you multiply this out, you get this expression, which fortuitously turns out to be factorable. And it's immediately clear that this is k plus 1 quantity. K plus 1 quantity times k plus 2. So the product of two consecutive integers. And a lot of you may anticipate what's going to happen here. When you rewrite this in this form, you're going to have a lot of cancellation going on as you move from left to right. And that's illustrated in this very next line here. Notice right here, just the very first one. I won't do all of these. But for example, right here, this would be k equals 7, right here. This is the original problem, folks, k equals 7. But notice, because of this identity here, k plus 1 times k plus 2, that's what we get right here. This would be k plus 1. K plus 1 times k plus 2. Squeeze it in there. Okay? So, and all the way, every single factor, numerator and denominator, is in this form. So notice we get a very nice result here. You can see kind of diagonally here how we get cancellation. Okay, so this would cancel with a 12 that's missing, right? So this also goes away, right? And also this 22 would get canceled out with something right next to it that is missing, right? And so all that's really left here, let's so you see, folks, and again, I'll leave these clear. The 12 and the 22 clearly cancel, but I'm not gonna, make a big deal about it. I'll just leave it the way it is. Now notice what we get right here, though, that all that's really left here, the only survivor is 8 over the 26 you see over here. So you see this would actually be 8 over 26. Note that's a number less than 1. We'll go ahead and reduce it. What is that? 4 over 13. The common factor of 2 in numerator and denominator. So you have 4 over 13, which is going to be your final answer. Now, let's think about this just a little bit. We got a number less than 1, right? So let's go back up and take a look at our original expression. Notice that this number here is smaller than this number here, and it's the same all the way across, right? This would be what, 72 over 90, which is less than 1. And you have a bunch of fractions, each of them are less than 1, right? So the product of a bunch of fractions less than 1 has to be less than 1. So as a sanity check, again, we got that this is equal to 4 over 13 below, so a necessary but not a sufficient condition that we got the answer right. But anyway, folks, that's it. A little bit of algebra led to a lot of favorable cancellation, and that ought to do it. Hope you enjoyed.